This is DearMamaSal, and it is 6 degrees here in southern British Columbia. Feels a lot colder. I think that's 42 in American. Yeah, as I said, it feels a whole lot colder. I've got a feeling we might have gone down quite low last night because there was a lot of condensation on the car this morning. It's a beautiful day. Sun is shining somewhere. Can't see it. Probably it's behind me, isn't it? Yeah, I'm right. Anyway, it's a beautiful blue sky and a great way to start a Tuesday. Another short week. I like these short weeks. Gives me time to catch up. So this is my weekend update, and the first thing I wanted to talk to you about is the good news. The good news is, for those of you who know Lesley, she managed to go to the Adele concert and sit 7 rows back or something and managed to stay for the whole thing. Now, for those of you who don't know Lesley, that probably won't make a whole lot of sense to you because you don't understand that when we first met Lesley 3 years ago, whatever it was, 2.5, 3 years ago, she was agoraphobic. She couldn't leave her home. So way to go, Les. I'm really very, very proud of you. The other person who got out and did something this weekend, which probably was even more surprising, was Paul. And for those of you who know Paul, you know what he's going through at the moment. But he was telling us that he went out and visited his sister, which required that he go in a car, and he has similar problems to the ones that Lesley had, and going in a car for him is very traumatic. So well done, Paul. I'm very, very, very proud of you for this, and more so considering everything else that you've got going on, that he actually went out to 2 different family events as far as I can understand. So way to go, Paul. Very, very difficult to do under the circumstances, but very well done. And I challenged Paul to try, if he could, to keep track of how many days he left the house this week, and then let us know. One of the most difficult things when you're dealing with a loss is to actually get yourself out of the house. So that is why I challenged him with that, and he said he would definitely do that. I said, I don't really care how far you go. It's just a case of, can you get out of the house? Can you practice getting out of the house? Get some fresh air, do the block, do whatever you can. So, very, very proud of him. I'm sure there are other things I meant to report on, but I can't remember. Yikes. If they come to me, I will add them. So, a very interesting couple of broadcasts. We did 3 broadcasts this weekend, 2 on Friday as usual, and 1 on Sunday. And I appreciate all the viewers that come and participate in those. By the way, it's open to everybody, as long as you're not a troll. And you don't have to be part of some secret sect to be able to get to them. You just need to click on the link. And the important thing is to understand that the first time you try and get on one of these broadcast sites, you may have to do a couple of things to get on. But other than that, once you've got all that sorted out, it's fairly easy. And if you've got any problems doing it, let us know and we'll try and assist you on that. You must know it can't be all that difficult because we all managed to do it, if you know what I mean. But it wasn't easy for some of us. Some of us are more technically challenged than others, as you know. So I had a lot of fun this weekend doing something that I really didn't want to do, but knew that you guys would want me to videotape it if I did it. And I had about I try and make a pact with myself that every time there's a long weekend, you know, some sort of extra day in my life that I get to play, that I have some sort of achievement in terms of tidying up and cleaning up my house. And so I gave the viewers a choice, which was under my bathroom sink, under my kitchen sink, under my guest bathroom sink, or my, what I call my Tupperware cupboard that probably hasn't got any Tupperware in it at all anymore. And the vote was for me to go under my bathroom, in my bathroom. So I was very sorry to hear that in some ways, because I knew it would be very, very challenging for me. Now, what made it interesting was it turned out, and I'd forgotten that for some reason, I have two cupboards under my sink in my bathroom, next to each other. The one that was originally there, and then there was a hole next to it into which I dropped another cupboard. And the funny thing was that I knew one thing that was in there but had no idea about anything else. And what stunned me was whenever I last tidied up in there, which was more years ago than I care to remember, whenever I last tidied up in there, I knew I must have done it at least once because it had shoe boxes in it, plastic ones, which, by the way, are the most useful thing in the world, in my view. If any of you get a chance to pick them up at Home Depot or wherever at 99 cents a time, you know, buy a dozen. You know, spend the $15, whatever, you know, with tax, or well, it's probably less than that. But you know what I mean? You will not be sorry. They are so useful. I proof bread in them. Not the same ones. I keep accounts in them. I do all sorts of things with them, and they go in the dishwasher. I use them as a mini washing up bowl, you know, because it only takes up half a sink. So I can just drop things in there while, you know, the dishwasher's going, or I can't be bothered to empty the dishwasher sometime. Anyway, so I had a lot of shoe boxes under that in that second cupboard. I'm not going to spoil it all for you by telling you what happened when I took those two apart, because that's the video you're going to see tomorrow night while I go out to dinner, or part of it anyway. The interesting thing for me was I overcame a major challenge that I have. I'm normally really good about starting something like that, and I don't know if any of you relate to this, and if you do, you know, let me know, and I will know that I'm not the only one in the world that has this problem. I seem to be able to start projects really well. I'm very inspired. When it gets down to what I call the crud, you know what I mean? When you've sorted out the easy stuff, then you get left with the memory stuff and well, I'm not sure about this type stuff. I'm not good at that. Not good at that at all. So, without spoiling any part of the video, what I was really impressed with myself about was that I fought the resistance. I mean, I really did say, oh, you know, let me put that in a box, I'll sort it out later. Well, you know how many boxes of that I've got in my house. And I went, no, I do not finish this until it's finished. Which was a very difficult thing for me to do, but I did it. Yay. I didn't stop until the floor, you know, the other thing is I pulled everything out of those cupboards and I put them in another room. Like I took them out of the bathroom and put them in my bedroom. Because you and I both know that you sort of get bored and then you just chuck everything back in again. Well, if it's that close, that's what you do. And I refuse to do that. My commitment to myself was I will only put things back into those 2 cupboards that I believe belong there. Not only did I halve, I'm not going to spoil by telling you how much I threw out, but not only did I halve what went back, I also have to say that it really was easier. It was easier than I normally make it. And the reason it was easier because I had a process. And I did it in almost in little bits, and you're going to see that when you watch the video. I just went, okay, the first thing I'm going to do is to do this, and I did that, and that sort of got rid of some. And then the second thing I'm going to do is do this, which got rid of the second thing I think got rid of a lot. And then the third thing I'm going to do is this, and the fourth thing I'm going to do is finish it. And it was, whatever it was, I want to tell you something, it made it so much easier. So much easier. Now, I haven't, to be fair, I haven't labeled the things that I put back in yet. The reason for that is that's a different video where I start labeling stuff. Because I've got all different sorts of labels which I wanted to play with. So anyway, the good news was great achievement, very, very rewarding to do. I know that some of you are like me and you've got the cupboard from hell. I'm really going to make a point of doing more of these videos because it has been my experience that if I do it, it normally motivates at least one other viewer to do it, and I would like them to have the feeling that I have, which is achievement. And I believe that in doing that, it'll be worthwhile. I want to tell you, I not only didn't want to clean out this particular cupboard, well, both of them. I personally didn't want to clean them out because I was embarrassed for myself. To put it on a video was just horrendous for me. But again, if it helps somebody else, then why not? Why not? So, guys, if it inspires you, let me know. And if you actually do something with the inspiration, definitely let me know. Because you and I both know that there's a long road between, yeah, I really should do that. And I did it. There's a very long journey between those two statements for some of us. And I know there's some of my viewers that think I really need to do that, and they go and do it immediately anyway. So good for you. I'm not in that category. But good for, I'm working towards that person. All right, everybody, I hope you have a great week. I hope you look forward to tomorrow's video. I will probably put the second one up in a couple of days, the second part of it. I'll see how things go, because it requires that I edit 2 videos in one night, so it might have to wait until the weekend. We'll see. In the meantime, look after yourselves. If you're not a subscriber, there's a little picture of me somewhere here in the bottom. It will be this corner, I think. I think it reverses, so it must be this corner. Or if I've got that wrong, I'm going to be really upset with myself. You can click on there and it'll take you straight to where you subscribe. For those of you who are subscribers, thank you so much indeed. I really appreciate your support. And for those of you who have not visited us before, hang on. There's a bit of video that comes on the end here that tells you more about what we do. But do know that we are on Instagram, Pinterest. We use Facebook as our sort of keep everybody informed thing. And we also do Twitter. Now, Twitter, Pinterest and Facebook are all under DearMamaSal, as it is right here. The only one that's different is Instagram, and that is under the name The Real DearMamaSal, or one word, TheReal DearMamaSal. All is one word, and that's because somebody took my name. And part of me goes, but they clever. So don't go looking for just DearMamaSal. All right, everybody, have a wonderful day, afternoon, evening, whatever it is, wherever you are when you listen or watch this. We will probably, no, I would say we will definitely hit 600,000 views this week. Might even be today, for all I know. Which is very exciting. I'm trying to remember when we hit 500,000. But anyway, we're up. We should hit 600,000 today, so that's another major achievement. And I couldn't have done it without you guys. So thank you so much for continuing to not only support the channel, but also tell me the things that you enjoy that I do. You understand that without you, I would never certainly be cleaning out my closets the way that I am. And I also would definitely not be doing some of those cooking videos that I've done. And I look forward to doing a whole lot more of that sort of stuff when I retire. Have a great week, everybody. Continue to find little moments of achievement. If you don't have time to clean out a complete closet or a complete drawer, then do part of it. And then have the joy of coming on to the page here and letting us know that you did something. As I said, you don't have to finish it, just did you do something? And get the enjoyment of doing that, the achievement. This is DearMamaSal saying bye bye for now.